What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's look is going to be on this look that I have on right now. I had no idea what I wanted to film today, but I did know that I wanted to use some of the Ofra Pro shadows. I've had these eyeshadows in my collection for a very long time and I've never played with them. And lately I've been wanting to switch it up in my videos. I've been wanting to use different products, and there's so many new things coming out, and you know, sometimes we fall into the routine and we use what we're comfortable with, we use what we know. So I want to switch it up and use different products that I've never used before. So I was digging through my collection, I found the Ofra shadows, and I thought it would be perfect to do a tutorial around, like, based on those shadows. So that's what I did for you guys today. I also decided to go ahead and do a bold lip to kind of complement the eyes. If this is not your cup of tea, that's totally fine. It's totally understandable. Just go ahead and use a nude. I recommend a nude that has a peachy, orangey undertone. I feel like it will complement the green that we have on our eyes. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye! Okay, you guys, let's get started. Today I am starting off with my eyelids already primed, and then we're going to start working off these Ofra shadows. The first eyeshadow I am going to be taking is this really warm tone brown. This is very similar to a MAC brown script or a Makeup Geek creme brulee. You just want to pack this on the crease from inner corner to outer corner. You can be as messy as you would like with this particular color because this is going to be our transition shade. Then I'm going to be taking Dirty Martini from Makeup Geek. This is a beautiful greenish olive green type of eyeshadow, and I'm going to pack this on my crease from inner corner to outer corner using a Sigma E35. As you can see, I'm keeping this color pretty low. You don't want to take this color up too high because since it is a green eyeshadow, you will look like you got punched, and that is not what we're going for. I'm going to go in with that first brush that we used to apply our transition shade, and I'm just going to blend both colors in together to make sure that everything is very seamless and that there are no harsh edges. So now I'm going to take these Luxie brushes that came in this month's BoxyCharm. I am obsessed with Luxie brushes and with BoxyCharm. I'm going to take the more dense brush. I'm not really sure of the number, but I will have it linked down below. And I'm going to take this dark gray greenish shadow, and I'm going to put this in my crease again from inner corner to outer corner, and I'm going to go back in with that E35 with a little bit more of Dirty Martini, and I'm just going to blend everything out together. Now I'm going to take the deep gray that came in my Ofra shadows, and I'm going to pack this all over my entire lid. I'm not really sure if these particular shadows have names. If they do, I will have the names listed down below, but I'm just trying my best to describe them as best as I possibly can. I am just packing this color all over my entire lid, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Dirty Martini, and I'm just going to blend everything together. Make sure that you keep it pretty nice and low because you don't want to look like you got punched. And if you start to look like you got punched, that's totally fine. Go ahead and get a makeup wipe and start to remove any of the excess fallouts and just kind of start to clean everything up, and I promise you the look will come together. At first it looks pretty overwhelming because it just looks like messy, but as you work on it, it gets better. So I'm going to take this Makeup Geek foiled shadow. This is one of their newest foiled shadows in the shade Sorcery. It's a beautiful metallic silver. It looks blue, it looks silver. It's absolutely beautiful. It's actually pretty similar to the color we applied on our lids. It's just a little bit more shimmery. So I'm going to pack this in the middle of our eyes, like in the center of the eyelid, and then I'm going to go back in with that Luxie brush one more time, and I'm going to blend the edges just so that everything looks like it flows, and that the color doesn't look like it's awkwardly placed in the middle. I'm going to take the look a step further, and I'm going to go in with one of the Stila metallic foiled shadows. This one is in complex silver, I believe, and I'm going to pack this right in the center, and this is just extra shimmer. Again, you don't have to do this. I'm just being extra, but I just love the way it turned out. And then I'm going to grab some of a vanilla shade any vanilla shade, and I'm going to put this in my brow bone just to highlight, lift the brow, and just kind of clean everything up. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a wing liner. I'm not doing too long of a wing. I'm keeping it pretty small because I am going to be doing a double wing. I'm going to be creating another wing in the bottom. To create my wing liner, I am using the Blinc Beauty. This is their ultra thin liner, and I absolutely love it. The wand is pretty thin, so you have a lot of control when creating your wing liner, and it just makes it really, really easy to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara and lashes. For lashes, I am using the iikonn lashes in the style Bella. I also went ahead and filled in my brows. So now moving on to the skin, I am going to be taking the NYX Angel Veil Primer, and I'm going to put this all over my skin to prime. I did do an allergic reaction to a face waxer that I used, so I have bumps, I have texture, and I have redness. So please excuse my alligator skin. I'm then going in with a liquid illuminator. This one is by Estee Edit, and I'm going to be applying it on the areas that I usually tend to highlight. And then I'm going to go in with the Ofra Sculpting Wand in Sunrise. This has an orange undertone, which is going to help to cancel darkness. And I'm also applying it over my bumps just to kind of conceal them a step further because they're really bad and they hurt really bad too. And then I'm going to blend everything out with my Real Techniques sponge. I absolutely love this corrector. I think it's meant to be a concealer for darker skin tones, but I love to use it as a corrector. It dries really quickly and it doesn't really crease on me, and I love that. For foundation, today I'm going to go in with the Born This Way foundation. This is a mineral foundation. It has a very nice finish to it. It's not matte and it's not dewy. I love the finish, and it has really good coverage, and I definitely need the coverage thanks to my bumps. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this with my damp sponge once again, and I'm really going to take my time blending this in because I really want to conceal that texture and hide those pores. So I did go ahead and do my concealer off camera because I do it in every single video. And now I'm going to go in with my Temptu bronzer. I got this in this month's BoxyCharm as well. I'm going to apply this with a dual fiber brush all over the perimeter of my skin and in the hollows of the cheeks, and this is just going to help us bronze and kind of contour the skin. I loved this product. This was my first time using it, and I really liked it. It looks very natural, and I can't wait to use it when my skin is actually being nice to me. Then I'm going to go back in with an Ofra. This is a sculpting wand. This one I believe is the lightest shade that they have, and I'm going to apply this under that bronzer, that cream bronzer that we applied, well, liquid bronzer that we applied, just to kind of clean it up. Take your time blending this particular step out, because if you don't blend properly, it will look really harsh and not wearable. So definitely take your time blending everything out. I did take some translucent powder and I apply this all over the skin just to kind of set everything and blend everything together and make everything look a little bit more flawless. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to bronze. And for bronzer, I am going to be taking the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion bronzer, and I'm taking it with a Luxie small contouring brush, and I'm going to apply this in the areas where we applied that cream bronzer. And this is just going to help us contour further and bronze the skin further. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can definitely stick to your liquid bronzer if you would like, but I really wanted to look very bronzy, so that's why I took it a step further. Moving on to the under eyes. Now this part can be a little bit confusing for some of you guys, but I promise you it looks harder than it really is. All I'm doing is I am taking a flat definer brush and I'm going to start off with the brown shadow we applied on the crease, and I'm going to create my map. I'm going to map out where I want that double wing liner to look. All I'm doing is I am drawing a vertical line from my eyeliner straight out Don't worry if you mess up, because you can always go in with a concealer brush like I'm doing now and make it thinner. And also I took a white shadow and I popped this in the center of both lines just to kind of make everything look a little bit sharper and cleaner. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some black liner and I'm going to line my waterline, and then I go back in with that Blinc beauty liner and I intensify the line that we applied on the bottom. Go ahead and apply some mascara to your bottom and top lashes. Again, you guys, the bottom part looks pretty difficult, but it's really not. Also, you want to go ahead and make sure that you blend all the colors that you did on the crease in the lower lash line as well. Moving on to blush, I am going to be taking the Jaclyn Hill Face Palette in collaboration with Becca. I am taking the shade Amaretto and Rose Sprit. I'm going to mix them together and it came out super intense. So I am going back in with my big fluffy brush just to kind of blend everything together. And then I'm going to highlight using the Ofra Beverly Hills Highlight, which is so beautiful and super pigmented. I wish I didn't have all this texture. And then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and kind of run it over the highlight just to clean everything up. Unfortunately, I didn't notice my camera wasn't recording my lip application, but for lips, I applied the Ofra Liquid Lipstick in the shade Tuscany. It's one of their new fall shades and it's gorgeous. And that is pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.
I believe that life is a prize, but to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire is my empire, and yes, I call the shots. I am the umpire. I sprinkle holy water upon a vampire. In this very moment, I'm king. In this